You've clicked on a video about beliefs, and that says to me you've almost certainly heard the Henry Ford phrase, whether you believe you can achieve it or not, you're right. This phrase comes with the suggestion that if you don't believe what you're trying to do, no matter how hard you work at it, you will simply not achieve it. But it also comes with the suggestion that no matter how hard you do or don't work, if you do believe it, you will achieve it. And look, that's only half of the story. The truth of this is that our beliefs drive our actions. What we believe about ourselves, what we believe we are capable of, drive our actions. They drive the things we see in the world. There's this wonderful tool in the brain. Say wonderful. It's only wonderful when you learn to use it for you. This tool in the brain called confirmation bias. And what confirmation bias means is that whatever we believe, we will notice the evidence to prove that that belief is true. So if I believe that I can do something, I will see the things that suggest that I can do it regularly. Whereas if I believe that I can't do something, then I will see again the things that suggest that I can't. Let's say, I'll tell you what, let's be super vulnerable here. I've been trying to build this channel for many, many years, and I have now entered into a state of almost delusional self-belief that this channel is going to work. The data out there suggests that it's not. The statistics on my page suggest that it's not. If I look at the things like the number of views, how quickly I grow subscribers compared to the number of videos I do, all of that stuff, based on the data of many experts out there, it would suggest probably just give up, probably just stop. Because the data suggests that I'm never going to be successful with this channel. And if I was to believe myself that would be the case, that is all I would focus on. And if I was to then focus on that, that would dictate the actions. And the actions in this case would be quite simple. I'd just stop making videos. I'd just stop doing things. Stop putting myself out there. The evidence from a data perspective suggests you're not connecting, you're not doing what you should do, you're not doing what you set out to be, you're never going to achieve this. That's what the data suggests. But I have the belief that I am. I have the belief that I will. I have the belief that I will systematically get through to one person every single video, one more person every single video. I also believe that the things I am teaching have the potential to help significantly more people going forward. And as a result, once that momentum happens, once that build on the channel happens, I believe that a video that I put up 2 or 3 or 4 years ago will suddenly pop up on your feed and help you significantly. Younger me would not have been able to do this. Younger me would have given up a long time ago, because younger me would see that evidence there. Now, because I have the belief that I'm going to achieve this thing, what that means is that now I see the evidence that proves that. So if one person comments saying, oh, I hadn't looked at it that way. That's my favorite one, by the way. I never thought about it that way before. That is my absolute favorite comment, because it's ultimately what I'm here for. If one person comments saying, I really connected with that, fantastic. There's a reason I started doing these walking videos instead of doing the ones with the camera set up at home, is because I wanted to talk to you more like I would a friend who's walking beside me here, rather than an educator. Like, yes, I work as an educator, but in reality, once I'm in a room with people, I only speak like an educator. I love to get when I'm actually in the getting work process. Once I actually have the position, once I'm in the room with a person, I talk to that person like I would a friend. And so that's why I decided to start making the videos like this. So anyway, that's enough about me. But this is where it comes down to, is the fact that both of those things were true, regardless of what I believed, right? Regardless of what I believed, those low views on one video, those comments on other videos were both true. And the belief says which part you pay attention to. And attention is the most important thing, what we bring our attention to. Whatever you have been conditioned into believing you are capable of or not capable of, you will see the evidence of that in your day-to-day life. If you think you can't get fit, then you will see the fact that every time you try, you pick up an injury, or every time you try and get into a routine, you last for a few weeks and then it drops off. And whether you acknowledge that or not, your brain is saying, see, I told you so. I told you you couldn't achieve it. If you switch that mindset to the fact that you can achieve those things, what will happen is you will come back after those setbacks. You won't let missing a workout after 2 weeks be the reason that you miss every workout for the next 2 years. You will let it be a blip and you'll go, okay, the fact that I did those 6 other workouts in those 3 weeks before that actually is proof that I can do something about this. If you're trying to build a business, you might look at it as every pitch that you send out that doesn't get responded to is a reason that you should stop. Whereas if you believe you can and will build that business, you will see the pieces of work that come through as signs that you should carry on. In order to change our beliefs, there are so many different techniques out there to change our beliefs, but ultimately a belief is a thought that has been repeated enough and has been reinforced by evidence. And remember, sometimes we are manufacturing this evidence in order to support the belief. So the question I want you to ask yourself, and this works on any belief, is what would be different? What would I need to see to prove this belief is not true, or the new belief is true? Whatever your definition of success is, what would need to happen in order for you to accept that that definition of success is true? And I would say, look, don't make it ridiculously out there, because what you're trying to do at this point is gain some momentum. Let's go back to the 2 examples I just used about fitness and building a business. If you're trying to get fit, what belief you would need in order to show that you can do it shouldn't be, I am already completely fit, I can run a marathon, whatever. It shouldn't be that lofty yet. Those beliefs can come soon. But to get you moving, it might just be like, okay, I exercise this amount of times per month, right? Because if we split it out over the month, there are more opportunities to hit that goal. Same with a business. It shouldn't have to be, I am making £200,000. It might just mean I'm bringing on 1 new client a month, or I am having 10 new conversations, 20 new conversations a month, something like that. Because once you believe in those first stages, this is where we get what I call momentum as opposed to motivation. Momentum is powerful. Once you say, okay, I am no longer believing this, I used to believe whatever it might be. That's a good thing to say. I used to believe I would never succeed in business. I used to believe I would never succeed on YouTube. I used to believe I could never be healthy. Right? Now I believe I can. Now I believe I am already working at it. Now I believe that it's possible, that I will. I love that phrase. I can and I will. When you believe that, what you will start to notice is two things. You will start to notice that life shifts around and the belief, the confirmation bias shifts to show you things that fit this new belief. That's number one. And number two, you will start to notice more opportunities. A person who is trying to get fit, and let's say they set themselves the goal of, I'm going to train every day in the morning. As soon as they miss the morning, they will, in their head, shut off the idea that they could do anything else. And a person who believes that they will achieve this, they can and they will achieve this, will suddenly, without someone else telling them, in their head go, oh, I can just train in the evening. Or, oh, I can just fit in something at home. You start looking for opportunities. You start seeing more opportunities. You start, in the business analogy of this, you start seeing the opportunity in conversations that you have. If you believe that you will never succeed in your business, you have a conversation that could go somewhere with somebody. You'll just go in the back of your head, what's the point? I'm never going to achieve this, so I might as well not push for this. Whereas in that situation, once you believe you can and you will see an opportunity in the exact same conversation. And I say the exact same conversation because the moment you see that opportunity, you will change how you interact in that conversation and the whole conversation will change. So you need to start to believe in yourself. Whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right.